Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Thursday, July 25th. It is 6:22 right now. Market's going to open in about 8 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and set up this room real quick, and we'll get started shortly with our analysis for today. It's got a few things here to update, and we should be good to go. All right, one last thing. And it looks like we are good. So let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. All right. So as people join in, I'm going to go ahead and start marking up liquidity over here. Going down to the 8 hour. Down to the 4 hour. Down to the 2 hour. Down to the 1 hour. Down to the 30 minute. Down to the 15. Down to the 10. Down to the 1. And it looks like we're good to go. All right, perfect. So good morning, everybody. Looks like majority of you guys are here so far. Today is Thursday, July 25th, 6:26 right now. Market's in the open in about 4 minutes. I've marked up liquidity over here. The first level of liquidity below is at 40,055. It's right next to the New York session low down here. And then the closest level above is at 40,179, which is close to the London low up here. So with that said, if price, we've got about 4 minutes. So this can possibly get hit down here pre-market. But if price does come down, this is going to be the first target price point for it to reach down here. And if price pushes up, this will be the first target price point up here at the session. We had news this morning at 5:30. It was high impact. It's pretty mixed, positive and negative. And then we have one small news event at 7:30. So with that said, you guys can see the higher volatility over here, pre-market with price kind of pushing around. And you guys can see which was the news candle right here, obviously the big one. So high impact news. And we have one small news event over here at 7:30. So, all right, guys, market's going to open up in about 3 minutes. Looking over here at retail sentiment is currently 63% short. It's not super heavy one-sided right now. It's still over 60%, so we're probably going to be looking for some buys today if price does correct back up. However, it's not super one-sided. Looking over here at the fundamentals are currently neutral right now. It's not really one-sided at all. So we'll see what happens here when the market opens, and then we'll go from there. So we got ATR is actually pretty high right now. It's currently at 13, so that's a lot higher than it normally is. Normally it's like at 9. Right now it's pretty high, even past the news movement over here. So we'll see what happens here when the market opens up. All right, so what's here so far? Morning, Joe. Morning, Steven. Morning, Sadie. Morning, Sam. Morning, Daniel. Morning, everybody. Morning, Rashida. All right, guys. So market is about to open up shortly. Morning, Max. About 2 minutes or less than 2 minutes, about a minute now. And we'll see where this goes. So again, if price comes down, target price point is going to be the sessions right here. If price pushes up, the target price point is going to be the sessions up here. We got the London low up here, New York low down here, Asia low right here. And then we'll see where this takes us. Got about 40 seconds till market open. All right, we got 30 seconds. All right, we got 15 seconds till market open. 10 seconds. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Market is now open. Color that blue right there. So not too much volatility here on open, surprisingly. Well, now we are getting it. It's kind of slow for a second there, and then it picked right back up. I might be a little careful taking some sells here because the sessions is so close. There's a New York sessions right here. So probably not going to look for any sells here yet. This whole middle area is going to be tricky to take some sells because we have 2 sessions right here. We have the New York low down here, and we have the Asia low right here. So it's going to be tough to take any trades within this middle area because you're probably going to see some manipulation here. Price might come down to the Asia session here, bounce off very sharply, maybe come back down, and bounce around it. Just a heads up if you guys are looking to take some trades here. It's just going to be a tricky area to be trading in. So price bounced off the Asia low right here. It's a red flag, obviously. There's a possible market flow entry right here, but it's just a little tricky because where it's currently at right now. So I might just let the market stabilize here a little bit before I start taking some entries. So I just don't like this whole area down here in the bottom. You guys can see how price is not really moving very smoothly, right? So I'm waiting for price to push away from the sessions down here. Ideally, I'd rather take some buys anyway. So if this swings back up and we get a retracement back here, I'll probably look for some buys here instead of sells. The other thing that you want to look out for is the chop here like we had on Monday, Tuesday. We had some chop yesterday too, but a little more obvious Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, exactly. Nick said shitty area for it to open. I agree. It's just not a good area right here because we have the news price right there as well. It's just a bunch of red flags here. News price, opening price, and then a bunch of sessions down here. So personally, I preferably want price to push up, come back down, and then provide opportunity up here for some buys. All right, so price is climbing up to this area of liquidity up here. You can look for a possible market flow entry even off the level right here too. So it looks like price is aiming for the upper target that I mentioned earlier, the sessions. It's not there yet, but it's almost there. We have about 12 seconds back on this candle here. I'll probably be looking for some buys here. Price pulls back and shoots right back up. All right, so we got some movement right here. So there's no market flow yet. I need price to react off of one of these structures. You have 35 seconds left on here. If price comes down, bounces off the level right here and shoots right back up, there could be a possible market flow entry. This again is going to be a tricky entry because it's going to be right at the sessions. So I'm probably not going to look to take anything right here for the most part. It's got 20 seconds left on the candle. So again, I'll be looking for possible market flow down here. Possibly bounce off the pivot, not where it's currently at right now, because it's too close to the sessions up there. All right, so I'm looking out for the market flow entry right here. If price comes down, bounces off the pivot. A little too early right there. Look for this to come down and come right back up. I think it's too late at this point. Yeah, it looks like it's too late to enter this market flow. I actually don't like how these candles are moving right now, guys. Technically, you could have entered the market flow late right there, and it could have shot up to your TP, but I mean, personally, I didn't like that chop right there. Did you guys see that? It came down really close to this low point here, and it shot up. I'll look for the next opportunity. This was a really tight move here. If you got in with some slippage, you probably might have almost hit your stop loss before it would have pushed back up. But that was a market flow entry that I was looking for. It just wasn't clean enough. It came down, filled it real quick, sat there for a little bit, pulled down very hard, and then it shot all the way back up. I mean, it was a textbook market flow entry, but I didn't really have time to set it up. I was also looking at the candles. I think the candles are lagging a little bit with compared to NinjaTrader, because when I saw it over here, it was still it was red, and I saw it on NinjaTrader and it was actually green. So yeah, the candles are moving fast, but they're not moving like smoothly fast. They're moving kind of blocky, if you guys have noticed that. Okay, there's another possible market flow entry right here. If anybody's looking to take it. I'll get in right here if I can. I got a horrible entry again right here, guys. I got stopped out. Yeah, the candles are moving too choppy right here, guys. So I tried to get in right here for a market flow entry. I ended up filling me like super high, and it stopped me out really quick.
Order filled.
Fortunately. Looks like I got hit with some slippage there, so it didn't actually close me out at the full loss, but there was a rejection right there. So right there, I only got out for a little bit. It was a partial. Yeah, the candles here are just super blocky. Can you guys see how it's moving right here? It's not like a smooth up and down. Like the candle will kind of push down real quick, freeze, go up, and then it'll just move like a second later, price will be up here, 1 second price will be down here. That's what I mean about moving blocky right now. Yeah, Rashida said that was also a 5-minute levels entry, but she doesn't like the movement. So we might have to wait for these candles here to kind of smooth it out a little bit before we start like really chasing any entries here. Yeah, the chop here is not really that good at all. There's chop here, but it's like even worse because of the blocky movement here. I think we might have to even use a wider TP stop loss if it keeps moving like this. Because typically when it's moving smooth, it's easy to just catch it and ride back up. But right here, price will like end up sitting, and then it'll end up down here, and it'll end up here in your TP. So let's see what else we got here. 6:37 right now. We don't really have much news today, so we kind of have an open market. for the most part. The market, eventually it'll start moving smoother. It's just really blocky right now. Here goes price pushes up to that first target we mentioned, the sessions. Still not there yet. All right, there may be another market flow entry here if it comes down hard enough. Bounce off the pivot. I'm gonna have to just set a pending order at this point because of the blockiness. Like I need to make sure I get in at proper price and not at like some random price point. We got 20 seconds left on this here. So I'll put a buy limit right here just to catch it if it comes back up. If it doesn't come up, I'm going to cancel it, of course.
Order submitted.
So I got the pending order right there. We got about 10 seconds left on this candle. If it doesn't swing up at that point, I'm going to cancel it. You guys can see it on my screen right here. Limit order. It's not going to come up. Canceling mine. I think the pending orders are probably going to be our best option. There, cancel. It's probably going to be our best option here because of price movement. Again, I'll look for another opportunity here for market flow. Put a buy limit right there again.
Order submitted.
Because the slippage is just nasty when it comes back. When it if you don't get in at proper entry. I'll watch this again right here. It has about 30 seconds left on the candle. Still hasn't filled it. Okay, it looks like I'm now in the position right here. Price is pushing up.
Order filled.
Looks like it might have. It's trying to get past this area. Let me see what this TP is. 69.
Order filled.
Missed it by 1. All right, so price is just kind of chopping right here. I'm in the position. Let's see. Yeah, I know I saw that too, guys. I think the volatility here is kind of crazy. It's super choppy. It's waiting for it to come up. Full TP right there,
Order
guys.
filled.
All right, so full TP right there.
Order filled.
Basically at break even. Well, I'm in a slight profit now of 120. So full TP on that one right there. Slight profit for the day so far. Let's see if there's another opportunity right here.
Order filled. Order filled.
I don't know what happened with that. Okay. I had to flatten my positions. That's all good. Some of them made more than the others. I got 2 positions that were kind of trapped in it. I had to make sure that everything closed out. So always keep an eye on your flatten all button. Looks like I had 2 positions that were still kind of running. So we'll see if we have another opportunity over here. There was another market flow entry here, guys, on this candle, but I didn't see it. I think it touched the pivot later, not when it came down and bounced off it. Let's see what my thing's now. No. All right, so there may be another opportunity here, but no, it's too close to the session, so I'm not going to take it over here, guys, if it comes back up. Again, I'll be looking for another market flow entry over here, but the chop here is kind of crazy, as you guys can see. It's not very smooth at all. I mean, I'm back at break even, so that's a relief, but might have to be careful for this next entry here. So looking over here, guys, like I said earlier, I had one loss over here. It was like a partial loss because of the slippage. And then over here, I got the full TP. So I'm in slight profit for the day, about 500 on my account. I'll take a screenshot over here real quick. It's just a messy week in general. We have these every once in a while. If you guys have been trading for a while, you guys have probably noticed every month you have a bit of a messy week. Sometimes you have a really good one. Sometimes you have there's typically one week that's really good where you have a lot of wins. We had that a couple weeks ago. And then one week you'll have a sideways market where you'll have like maybe one or two trades for the whole week. And then one week will be kind of bad. And then one week will be like super choppy. That's just how the market moves usually. You just want to make sure, that's why you can't really take time off trading, because if you take too much time off trading, you'll miss that good week. Like you wanna really bank on that good week. And then here, let's see. So there's no entries here right now, guys. Price is currently at the sessions or at the moment. So let's while we wait for this here, let me pull up the results for the month so far. So yeah, it looks like our really good week was last week. So last week we had 5 wins and 1 loss, made 60 points. First week of July was NFP. We had 4 wins and 1 loss. The second week was kind of a choppy week. That was 4 wins and 3 losses. So that's kind of what we'd consider the choppy week. And I think this week is the bad week for us, which is July week 4. So we had really good week last week. First week was decent. Second week was almost a break-even week, and then this week looks like it's that's a good thing to look for now. So now when you do the monthly results, I'm gonna look at the weeks to see if we had some really good weeks prior, and then if we didn't have any bad weeks by then, be a little more cautious the following week. I think that's something possible to look out for. All right, so price is currently at the 200 level right here. It's right at the sessions though, so it's a little tricky. That's where we're currently sitting right now. Let's see, Max had 3 trades, 3 wins, 3 points, done for the day. Nice work, Max. Yeah, so Max caught those liquidity pushes there earlier. So solid work right there, Max. Jonathan said 1 and done. See us next week. Yeah, definitely Jonathan. So Jonathan locked in his profit. He's now wrapping up for the day and for the week. Yeah, and Sadie said, yes, I feel it keeping me out of the market. Yeah, should probably just be a little cautious with the entries here. Price is climbing, of course. We're having some directional movement here, but obviously, that you guys saw the chop right here. Again, I'm gonna look for price to come down, retest, then push back up. There's another sessions up here. So we have the London low right here, which already got hit. That was the first target. The next target for price to reach is going to be the Asia high right here. It's the next area for price to push up to. All right, let's see. Sadie said, do you think summer market approaching? We in it? Yeah, we're in it. That's kind of why the market is moving like this so far. Typically for summer markets, we have a lot of choppiness. We have a lot of choppiness in the sideways movement. And that's pretty normal for summer. We're just having a lot of rush volatility here because of the news that happens behind the scenes, right? We had the elections going on. We have a lot of the inflation news. There's just a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, Biden dropping out of the race, Trump getting shot, etc. There's just a lot of stuff going on that's causing like some random volatility spikes throughout the week. But for the most part, the markets is typically slow. Like say, for example, if we had a new president this year, or if Biden was was going for his next term with with nobody going against him, the market would just be pretty much choppiness like this. This is what the market normally looks like in the summer. But because we have all this other stuff going on behind the scenes, price will go choppy for a little bit, it'll spike up, and then it'll just be choppy again. It's normal market movement if you traded during the summer. This is why a lot of people don't trade during the summer, because there's just no direction and there's no consistency with the market. So like I said earlier, with the weekly stats, you can kind of predict how the next week is going to be. So if you had a good week, so basically look for like one really good week, or basically 2 good weeks and 2 kind of bad weeks. So like, for example, we had 2 good weeks already. So we could have basically predicted that this week was going to be kind of choppier, like more of a break-even week, like week 2 over here. So I post the results every single week, guys, in the announcements over here. Just keep an eye out to see how the market's moving during that week, so that to be a little more careful for the upcoming or following week. There's just little things that you guys can use just from our experience to change your risk habits for the following week. But like for the for NFP, so NFP is usually going to be really good, or it's going to be really bad. And you can see from this week, NFP was really good. I'm expecting NFP next week to be really good because we're coming off a choppy week. If this week was really good, I'm expecting NFP next week to be kind of choppier or more of a break-even week. So just keep it in mind, guys. That's just from our experience. We've been trading every single day for, I think it's been like over 7 years now. So it's been quite some time since we've been doing this. And it's just from firsthand experience trading how many NFPs during that time period, 12 NFPs a year. You kind of understand how the market moves around that time. So yeah. I mean, the market always repeats itself, as you guys can see. It's always the same thing. So as long as you guys can identify the patterns like we do here, you're able to see stuff. Like, for example, right here, this is why I don't trade at the session. See how price is faking out around the sessions right here? This is why we consider it a red flag. Price pushes up a little bit, fakes out, comes down a little bit, fakes out, comes right back up. And it just keeps faking out, right? Eventually, price will push out of this area and continue climbing. But once it climbs up, there's another sessions up here. So you just want to avoid trading around the sessions down here. You can trade around this middle area a little closer to the higher point, but this lower area down here probably will get faked out. Nice, Rashida. Rashida said past 250K. She's now done. Made 12K today. She was crazy on time. Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, Nick said sometimes it can be that way. Other times catch a hot streak. Just got to take it one trade at a time. Yeah, exactly. And I'm glad that I have let me just clean this up right here. I'm glad that I have my risk, guys. So like every time I take a trade here when I'm trading with you guys live, my risk is halved. So basically, in order for me to have one full loss, I have to lose twice. In order for me to have one full win, I have to win twice. So I'm not really risking too much. That's why you guys don't see me like super stressed out on these live sessions like before, right? Because before I would be using full risk on one trade, and I'd be a little stressed out when I'm taking trades because there's a lot of risk. Like if you mess up on one trade, you're pretty much done for the day. For me, I have like 2 chances. Like, for example, today I lost the first trade. I made the second trade. I'm back at break even. So now I can still win 2 trades, or I can lose 2 trades before I'm done for the day. Right. So it just comes to a point where once you guys understand risk, you're not going to be too stressed out about the entries. That's why I'll take entries when I see them. And you don't necessarily freak out when, the trade doesn't play out in your direction. Like I'm like whatever when I lose a trade, because I know if I win the next trade, I'll be back at break even. But I'm not necessarily down for the day yet. And if I am down, I'm only down technically 1 full trade. So I mean, if you guys have the patience and the discipline to do that, that's something you guys can do. You just gotta half your risk so that you don't have to worry about it. All right, so we got price pushing up right here. And when you have your risk, I know it's going to suck a little bit because it's going to take you longer to make profit, but it's going to give you consistent profit overall. So we have price just sitting right here right now. Not too much going on. Again, we have the sessions right here lined up with the liquidity. So this is going to be the target price point where I have it circled. You want to look for it to pull back, shoot up, but it's too close to the session there. So look at, there goes the target right there. Price can actually come back and retest, but it did come up and touch the target at this point. So we'll see if price continues to climb up from here. You guys can see how price rejected directly off the sessions right there. So price over here, as you guys can see, rejected directly off the sessions. This is why we avoid trading at the sessions. So price can come up, possibly fake out, come down, come right back up, come back down, and just keep faking out around this area. If price bounces off this area and comes down, the next target price point is going to be back to open. If it reverses. If it doesn't reverse, it might just consolidate and range between the two sessions right here. So there's a lot of scenarios here that can play out. The thing that you want to be careful for up here, and I'm going to take off the liquidity. There's actually two liquidities right here. So the thing that you want to be careful for here is going to be the fake outs, right? Kind of like what happened here. Price faked out right here, came back down, came right back up, faked out there, pulled below, faked out, came right back up. And then just a bunch of fake outs here in both areas. All right, so price is pushing up. If it continues to climb here, this is fine. This is pretty much what we predicted from this morning. So I mentioned because the retail sentiment was still very high on the sell side, not super high, but high enough. I mentioned, I'll probably be looking for some buys here. So that's exactly what happened here. Price climbed up. The only problem here. So looking back at this entry, it looks like this entry could have been okay. It was just the stop loss was too tight, right? You can see from this, the red candle right there. That's where the entry was. Price technically came down. It just tapped it, and then it shot all the way right back up to TP. So it's all good. That first loss was just, it's just a loss that you couldn't really avoid. If we had a wider stop loss, like a normal 30 stop loss, it would have been perfectly fine, but it's all good. I'm more comfortable with these one-to-one entries, so we don't have to take risk like that. But yeah, one loss right there, one win right there. And here we go as price continues to climb up higher. Let me zoom out real quick and see if there's any other targets up here. Okay, there's a bunch of liquidity sitting up here, guys. So there's a lot of targets up here still. Price may continue climbing up. So a bunch of targets over there. Meanwhile, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a screenshot of the trades that we took right here. So first trade right here was at 635. That was for a loss. Or a partial loss in mine. So we have one trade right there, 635. Then we had one win over here where this candle came up, which is at 639. All right, back to the charts. All right, so price is still climbing up higher. Again, target price point is going to be up here if it continues to climb. Let me post up my profits in the Discord real quick. All right. All right, so we'll look for another market flow entry here if possible. Here are my profits so far. So I made like 560 on a couple of accounts right here. I don't know what happened with all the slippage here, but there was a ton of slippage that happened. Some of my accounts locked in like 560, 560. The others over here locked in like 120, 120, 110, 110, and then 105 down here with my personal account. So kind of split profit across the board. I mean, I don't know what happened there, but I mean, pretty much there goes my profit for the day so far. Took one loss here. It was a partial loss because of slippage. And then we took the full TP right there. And that's how I locked in my profit for the day. So slight profit for the day today, slight profit for the day yesterday. So I'm slightly in profit so far. It's not a lot of profit, but slight profit. We have a possible market flow entry right here. Let's see if it the order is it's too late to fill. I didn't get into it, guys. I don't know if anybody caught it. It was just too late for me. I was putting in my pending order, and then at that point, price already shot up, so I canceled it. Yeah, this moved in a little quick. Looks like Kevin caught it. Nice work, Kevin. I was trying to put a pending order, but by the time price shot back up, it was a little too late. Sadie's asking if it's overextended. It's slightly overextended. We'll measure it from this low right here. It's about 100 points, so it's getting there. It's getting a little overextended. Once it goes past like 100 to 150 points, then yeah, at that point, we would consider it overextended. The little trickiness about the area right here too is the fact that it is consolidating. Obviously, we don't like the consolidation. Yeah, and we just got the new low right here. So since we got the new low right here, kind of resets the overextension. So it looks like we're good right there. There may be another market flow entry right here again, guys. You guys are looking for it. The only problem here is the fact that market is moving pretty slow at this point. So I'll put a pending order right there in case it does swing up.
Order submitted.
Yeah, if it swings up super hard right here, I'll probably push up. So I got my pending order just waiting right there in case it does swing up. We got 30 seconds left on this candle. It's got a lot of time. $20 seconds. It's a huge candle. I'm probably just going to cancel it at this point. I don't think this is going to swing up. All right, I'm going to cancel my order, guys. Pending order canceled.
Order canceled.
Yeah, so you guys can see here, the volatility here is very unpredictable. You'll see how price kind of consolidates a little bit, shoots up, comes back down, climbs up slowly. We have a bunch of slow candles right here. All of a sudden, this thing spikes down. It is, yes, it's unpredictable. Thanks, Sadie. So it's 7 o'clock now, guys. Like we've talked about in the past 7 o'clock is just a little too tricky. So I think I might be done trading for the day. I'm okay with my profits. So I made slight profit for the day, slightly above break even. I mean, you guys can see over here for my profits. All of my accounts should have been around 500. I don't know what, or it should have been around 1,000 actually. Or no, sorry. Okay, I take that back. Now that I'm rethinking it, this is supposed to be break even. So this is actually better than I was expecting. Because I did have a loss right here. So my first loss happened right here, and then my win happened right here, and I have a slight profit. This actually should have been all about like 100. So whatever happened with these accounts right here, I think these were the lingering ones that didn't close out. That's why I made more profit because I closed out after. But this is normal. So this is actually how it's supposed to look. I totally forgot I had a loss earlier. So I'm basically just at break even, slight profit for the day. So I'm happy with today's profits, I guess, because I wasn't supposed to make any profits today. I just made supposed to be break even, but I made enough to cover my fees. And you can see over here my net profits. I made some profit for the day. So those are my profits for the day so far. Looking over here at our team profits, we have Jonathan here with a profit of 455 on his first account. 390 on his second, 455 on his third, 455 on his fourth, 455 on his fifth, and 390 on his sixth. So he locked in a total profit of well over about 3,000 for the day. All wins here. Nice work, Jonathan. He just took one trade, so one trade, one win. Call it a day after that. And then we have David over here with a profit of 253 for the day. All wins as well. Nice work, David. All right, so other than that, I mean, if price pushes up, you want price to probably push up and climb up to this next level. But other than that, I think that's about it. Aiden said, where did you have the pending order set at? So for this candle over here, I was looking to catch the market flow. So I had my pending order like right at this top part. So if price was to swing up, I was going to catch that for a market flow entry. So I'm gonna step away for 1 second, guys. I'm gonna grab some water and then I'll be back to continue analyzing for some more entries. But I'm gonna be done with my own account, so I'm gonna close out my Ninja. That was weird. It said I had 2 pending orders on here. Where are my active orders at? I'll come back and check this in a little bit, but I'm gonna go grab some water real quick, guys, and I'll be right back. It says I have 2 active orders up, but I don't see them on my thing at all. I need to figure out how to flatten them. All right, guys, I'm back. We have a possible market flow entry right here if this swings back up. Uh, the volatility here is starting to pick up quite a bit, but I mean, it's definitely a tricky market. I'm gonna try to figure out what do I have here that is I don't understand. Cancel pending for which account? Let's see. Okay, why? So the accounts that are 125. I don't know, 42. Hmm. I don't know what's up with these accounts here. Oh, 1 second, guys. Let me see. 145. I don't know why I have a frozen order here. I can't close it at all. Weird, it still shows up on the chart. So 145. I don't know if this has ever happened to you guys, but I have like two accounts here that have like orders that are just stuck. It's from way earlier this morning too. It was from the first loss actually. Like I can't close them at all. Platinum. Fuck. I gotta find a way to close this out. Let me try to Sadie said he had to let it fill and get out. It's like weird because it's so far. It's like price isn't like nowhere near it. Let me try to go to Apex real quick. Now they have the flatten all button here, flatten accounts. This is what I don't like about the pending orders. It's right, flattening all. All right. Does not look like it worked, but I'm gonna try my other options here. But anyways, guys, the market flow entry never came up right there to fill. There's another possible opportunity here. The volatility is picking up a little bit, but you guys can see that price is currently ranging. There's not really much that's going on right here. I mean, for the most part, it looks like price is kind of just ranging back and forth. I'm gonna write this down real quick. So basically 145 and 142. Sadie said question 704 was a CB, right? Let me check real quick. Yes, that is correct. So there was a low right here with a red candle. This right here was a smaller green candle. It's a CB entry for a buy. Could have taken right there, right after the candle closed. So yeah, that's right. That was a CB entry. Just gonna put some notes over here real quick, so I know which accounts are affected. I think what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to log out of my log out of my Ninja and log back in. Or if anything, I'll probably just do what you guys said. I'll probably just let it fill and then I'll close it out immediately. The only problem is that it's a sell stop. I don't want to take any sells here. If it was a buy, I'm okay. I'll let it fill the buy and then, obviously cancel it. It was basically the stop loss from the earlier trade this morning, which, I mean, it's weird because it filled, but then now it's stuck. So there's another market flow entry that came up right here, guys, if you guys are looking at it. I mean, if you guys have been following it, there's a bunch of market flow entries that just keep showing up right here. There's one right there that came up, full TP. Another one that came up right here, full TP. But I'm just trying to figure out how to fix this. All right, actually, I think it's fixed now. I just had to log out and log back in. Okay, perfect. Looks like my accounts are back to normal. I'm going to check this as well. Okay, perfect. I just want to make sure everything was closed out, so I don't want to come back and have like a random order that was pending there. Okay, so for the most part, accounts look fine. Yeah, so price is now reaching that upper level of liquidity here that I circled for you guys. So this is still a target. This target has not gotten hit yet. So if price does climb up higher, that's probably going to be the area where we're going to be looking for. I still have my Ninja Trader up, so I'm going to see if I mean if there's any other opportunities here. If there's not, I'm not going to force anything. 40 and 2. All right, there's a possible market flow setting up over here again, guys. It's about 10 seconds, so it's probably not going to fill on this one, but might happen on the next candle. All right, so here's the next candle right here. There's no market flow entry there yet, but it's kind of what we look for the setup here. Again, not much has happened here. Price kind of just ranged between these two levels right here, between the 300 and the 200 right here. So we had a big range. Price going back and forth between here. Again, price hasn't reached this upper level, but if price does continue to climb from where it's currently at, ideally this is where price is likely to go. The volatility here pretty much died down again. So you want to be careful with your entries here. Again, there's another market flow entry right there, but price is going sideways. All right, we're getting some sideways movement over here. So this is typically what we expect after 7 o'clock. We had some volatility over here. So this is 7 o'clock right here where the market started going sideways. Went sideways for quite a bit here, climbed right back up slightly, and then now it's going sideways again. So this is why I typically stop trading after 7 because we get caught in this sideways movement. So I think for this week so far, guys, I'm currently still at one net loss. I haven't done the tally for all the trades here, but I think right now currently I'm still at one net loss. So it's not a horrible week. It's not even a full net loss, it's a half loss because my risk is halved. But for the most part, it seems like this week is basically going to be a either a break-even week or net win or net loss week. Kind of similar to like what I showed you guys earlier with the results. So yeah, July week 1 for NFP, we had 4 wins, 1 loss. July week 2, we had 4 wins, 3 losses. That's 1 net win. July week 3, we had 5 wins, 1 loss. And for this week so far, we're currently at 1 net loss. So overall for the week, it looks like this might be our bad week. It's not a horrible week, but like I said, every week, this month was pretty much positive and in profit. And this week, it's either going to be break even or it's going to be net 1 win or 1 net loss, which I mean, I'm fine with. You have to have weeks like that. Not every week's going to be like amazing. As long as you guys are able to close out the month in green, that's the key thing. So overall for this week, I mean, we did pretty good so far. Total profit of 13 wins and 5 losses for this week so far. Total profit of 120 points. If you add in this 1 net loss, that'd be 1 loss there and then minus 15 points. But for the most part, overall, we're still over 100 points for the month of July. So I mean, it's been a pretty good month for a summer month. There's another possible market flow entry right here, guys. And this is, like I always remind you guys have to look at the bigger picture with trading. You're not always going to have an amazing day, amazing week. As long as you close out the month in green, that's the key thing. If you close out every month in green, you'll be profitable, right? Some days are going to be break even, some days are going to be profitable, some days are going to be negative. For the most part, if the market's volatile and it's moving, we're going to close out pretty much every week or mostly every day in the green. Ideally, that's kind of what we try to reach for. But during the summer months, it's a lot harder to find that consistency because the market's never going to be consistent. The good thing is that we kind of figured out a pattern here. We figured out when the market is volatile, which is 6:30 to 7. That's why we only trade between this period. And then we look for any stragglers between 7 and 8. But for the most part, you can see over here between 7 and 8, it's pretty much just a range and consolidation. So it gives you a better idea of like what to expect and what to focus on. But yeah, for myself, I think I'm cool with today being the break-even day. Tomorrow's gonna be my last day to basically bring it back into profit, which hopefully tomorrow is a little bit smoother. The news for tomorrow is, let's see. So tomorrow we have a PCE price index, Michigan consumer sentiment. So we're going to have some volatility definitely between 6:30 and 7. So we're going to have the pre-market news here, which is high impact. It's going to create some volatility. Then we have some high impact news at 7 o'clock. So you're going to have some movement between 6:30 and 7. Hopefully this movement's smooth and I'm able to lock in 2 trades. If I could lock in 2 trades and they're both wins, that'll bring us back to break even. And then the second one will bring us back into 1 net profit, 1 net win for the week. And then we'll close out this week basically like we did July week 2. So with 1 net win. Ideally, that's the goal. I try to close out every week in the green. Obviously, not every week is going to be like that, but ideally, that's kind of where I want to end up for this week. All right, so there's not too much going on here, guys. There's a possible market flow entry right here, but the volatility is really low. So there goes a market flow entry. Price came down, bounced off the level 3 pivot right there. And that would have filled the order. However, as you guys can see, the slow movement here is this. You don't want to be caught in a trade like this because the last thing you want to do is get caught in a sideways movement where it's barely moving. And then you get stressed out. Eventually it hits, you might get scared and pull out early, right? Because the thing is, it shouldn't consolidate with a small, like our TP stop loss is so tight, and there you go, full TP right there. So if you guys took it, great work. If you guys didn't take it, it's fine. I personally would have been a little more cautious about this. I probably would have pulled out early, maybe at the halfway mark. Because like I said, you don't want to get caught in a sideways move. Because the last thing you want is for you to get caught in this position, you go sideways for like 5-10 minutes. And then one of two things will happen. It'll either shoot to your TP, like it did right here, or it'll come down, hit your stop loss, and then hit your TP. Because the range is so tight, it's 15 points. It shouldn't take that long for it to hit, especially when the ATR is currently at 28 right now, right? So, all right, there goes another market flow entry that just hit. We'll see if another one here comes up. So possible market flow entry here again. See how price is coming down, bouncing off the pivot. So if this shoots back up, it'll be a market flow entry. It's got 20 seconds left on it, so it's got some time. Let me measure these candles real quick. Yeah, it's not moving fast enough. This is like a 17-point candle. This is a 12-point candle. 20-point candle. They're very small, so no market flow entry there. And we're getting closer to 7:30. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. Again, this is another reminder why I don't trade after 7 o'clock. You start to get this sideways movement. There's still entries that come up, so I'm still looking for entries and identifying them and showing you guys where possibly you guys can enter. But for the most part, for me, I'm satisfied with my break-even day for the day, or a slightly profit day. You know, I'm slightly in profit, so I'll take this. And I mean, for me, I'm going to close out my Ninja Trader because I'm pretty much good for the day. I don't want to make any mistakes here, FOMOing into trades, getting into something that kind of flattens out. Because the last thing I want to do is be in profit. Like right now, I'm happy because I'm in the green. Last thing I want to do is end up in the red, right? So I'm going to close out my Ninja Trader here. But I'm still going to hang out here and answer any questions. So if you guys have any questions, if you guys want me to cover anything specific, just let me know. You know, my goal here is to help you guys out, because when I help you guys out, it kind of flows back to me. It's like a big karma type of thing that I feel when I answer you guys questions or I show you guys certain things. And sometimes it's kind of like a light bulb too. If you guys ask me a question, I'll kind of review something, and then something that I didn't really pay attention to earlier kind of pops back in my mind. I'm like, okay, I could use this as well. So again, the target price point is up here. This is where we want price to push up to, but because there's not very much volatility here or much direction, price is likely to just continue going sideways between this middle area right here. Eventually, yeah, price will probably push up and hit the target up here and shoot right through. But for the most part, we have a sideways back and forth movement here. Yeah, Sadie said, can we get a triple confluence or a liquidity? Yeah, I know. If you get that, I think it's going to blast right through. So for example, if the triple confluence comes up and it breaks past this, you know, obviously this higher high right here, this is technically another level of liquidity, guys. So whenever you guys see the higher highs get established, you can mark those up as liquidity on the 1 minute. If you guys want to, you don't have to, but if you want to, you know, it kind of gives you guys better understanding. It's like where price is likely to push up to. So now that we have this higher high right here, you have a ton of liquidity just hanging out right here at the top, right? There's 4 levels of liquidity right here. So when price finally does push to this point, it's probably going to blast right through it. So yeah, like Sadie said, he's waiting for that triple confluence or liquidity. And then also, let me check real quick. Sadie said any session on top. Yeah, then we have the sessions up here too. So if price blasts through this area, it'll probably shoot all the way up to you know, the liquidity up here. Or the liquidity will shoot all the way up to the sessions up here. So yeah, you're right. There is the sessions up here since we don't have since there's nothing in between, because we have the lows down here. So here's the London low, here's the New York low, and then the highs for those are way up here. So that's target price point. The first target price point, obviously you want to aim for the first target price point first, which would be right here. But then if it climbs up higher, it's got a long way to go still. See, CJ said, I checked out that documentary you were telling us about yesterday. It's pretty good. I know it's pretty interesting, right, CJ? It's interesting how like those bots work differently. They're not price action bots like how a lot of people use. I know a lot of people out there, they try to use bots where they identify price action. What happens with those bots that I mentioned to you, CJ, those are like the real bots. Those aren't those like bootleg bots that people sell online, right? That anybody could get a hold of. The bots that they cover in that documentary are pretty crazy because what happens is they look for order flow and they see the big orders or like where people are entering, and then they basically jump in front of that order and they take the order so that they cash the ride. They get in for a discount basically, which that kind of reminds me. I forgot how to turn on the order flow on here because now I'm kind of interested to see if we could even see those types of numbers. Let's go. I'm gonna go to the clean chart over here. And we haven't used our clean chart in a long time, guys. If you guys remember our clean chart when we used to do our normal scalps. Yeah, I think it'd be the volume footprint right here. So this is like what happens after the footprint. The order flow, though, I forget like how did we get the order flow over here? I mean, either way, the order flow over here doesn't necessarily, it's not good on TradingView. The footprint's cool, but the order flow is not necessarily is not available on here. It's not like you'd have to have like level 3 or level 2. But yeah, so basically the documentary that I showed you guys yesterday, what they do, like what these hedge funds do is they have these like bots that identify when people put in orders. So like say for example, there's like a bunch of orders just sitting right here, right? Like, and this happens in a split second. Like they're not just sitting there forever. They come up really quick. Like say for example, like right where price is currently at right here, there's a pension fund that puts in like maybe like 5,000 contracts. What these bots do is they get in right before it, and then they get in at a discount. So when this right here, so they know they're ordering 5,000 contracts. So what they do is they end up selling 5,000 contracts and then they make money in between right here. So basically they buy it and then they sell it to the pension fund. So in general, they'll make like maybe $75 per contract, right? So like say for example, they make 75, that's like 1 point. 75, and then they multiply it by 5,000. So within a split second, they make like 375,000 because they buy it and then they already have a buyer down here. So it's basically arbitrage, but it's pretty crazy how their bots work. Their bots aren't like those random bots that you see where, you know, they see like Head and Shoulders and they take a trade or something like that. They're literally racing time. So in like in a millisecond or anything quicker than that, their bots basically hop in real quick. Then they sell the same orders that the other company was going to buy to them within a split second. They're in and out super quick. Yeah, exactly. CJ said makes sense how they were able to cause all those flash crashes. Yeah, because what happens is if everybody's using the same bot, it's like it's crazy. Like what happened, if you guys remember the flash crash in like 2006, 2008, what happened was those bots were basically fighting each other. They would try to get in at a price, sell it. They're playing this, it was like playing hot potato. So they were like, they get the 5,000 orders, then someone gets stuck with it. Then they pass it to someone else and they get stuck with it. And then they pass it to someone else and they get stuck with it until whoever ends up, it's a race to the bottom basically. And if you guys saw that, what happened during the flash crash in 2006, basically the market went down like 20,000 points within seconds because these bots were just fighting each other for the lowest price. Let's see. Nick's asking what it's called. If you search up here, I'll look it up for you real quick. high frequency. Here. Here, I'll post it up right here. There's two of them actually from the same channel. Yeah, but that's kind of, so you guys see here how price kind of just consolidates and spikes back and forth like this. If you guys ever see consolidation and it spikes back and forth with like these big candles, it's because those bots are basically fighting for price. They enter right here, and then they sell real quick, and then another one buys, and then it shoots right back up. So pretty interesting. Anyways, there's no movement here, guys. So you guys can see over here, price is going sideways for YM. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Otherwise, we'll probably be wrapping this up pretty soon. There's just nothing here to trade, and there's nothing here to really, focus on. This price doesn't really go anywhere. If anything, if you want to set a buy stop here at the liquidity, that's probably going to be your best option. If you really, really want to take a trade, again, I don't think that's the best idea, but if you guys want to really take a trade and you don't want to miss it, you can probably set a buy stop right there at 426 or 4326, 40,326. Because once price hits this, I think it's going to blast right through. Let me check NQ real quick. So yeah, I can see there's some opportunities here for NQ as well. There's one right here at 705, which is nice. Couple up here, pre 7 o'clock. See, like this one right here. See, the thing with this is I don't know how many points you would use. It obviously wouldn't be 15. I don't know what you're using there. Are you using like 50 on this? 50, 50? Or maybe even more, 100, 100, or 75, 75? Oh, gotcha, yeah. So Nick said he trades weight NQ way differently than he trades YM. His TP is set to, so he's doing a negative. Okay, I gotcha. You're doing a 1 to 2, which is fine. I mean, that's typically what we were doing before. But yeah, because NQ moves so fast, you have to have a wider stop loss because it literally moves way too fast. Yeah, that's typically what we would do if we were doing like a 1020 or 1025, 1030, 1530, that works too. All right, guys. So we're getting closer and closer to 740. If I don't get any more questions from now until then, I'll probably just wrap this up. There's the reason why I'm doing that is because there's nothing for us to take here, guys. There's no need to sit on these charts and kind of like force your entry. You can see here that there's like literally nothing going on. This is why we stopped trading at 7 o'clock because, I mean, obviously you guys can see here, it's just a back and forth movement. So this here just kind of goes back and forth, back and forth. If you guys really want to take an entry, like I said yesterday and the other couple days behind, look for some V1 patterns. So if you look for some V1 variation patterns, you can still trade during the sideways market. Just look for some like for example, there's a V1 variation that came up right here. Right there. So V1 variation came up right there, double body rejection, pending pending buy signal. And this could have been taken, to the upside. Again, if there could be a possible CV entry that comes up right here. There's a low right here. If this candle closes green and it's a small green candle, this could be a CV entry, which can just, climb right back up. No CV entry there because this lower low is dropping down further. But you can see over here, it's pretty clear. If I just draw some zones, so let me just clean this up a little bit. I can draw some zones here for you guys to see. You guys can see here, it's pretty obvious. Nothing's going on. It's back and forth, back and forth. Brian's asking the same strategy market flow. Nick, so are you using the same strategy market flow for NQ? Or are you using something different? let's see. So Nick said I was for more rejections of previous tested areas. Okay, so the way that Nick was trading it, he's basically trading bounces off support resistance, sort of. Not exactly, but sort of. The way that I would do it is obviously, you mark up some zones at the higher highs and the lower lows, and then obviously catch the bounces from those points. So Nick's doing something slightly different. It's kind of similar to catching these V1 variation patterns, but off structure. So, kind of what I'm getting out of it is he was looking for some sort of structure. And then if you see a reversal pattern, that's kind of where he would take his entry, which makes sense. That's kind of what I would do too. Same with anything else where you're catching reversal, right? You have a reversal pattern, which is a double body rejection. But if you add in a structure, like say, for example, you get a double body rejection and then it's bouncing off of a pivot, or it's bouncing off, like for example, right here, there's a double body rejection bouncing off a pivot. Could have caught this here for a quick little win, right? So that's kind of what he was looking for here. Like there's a V1 variation, but it's bouncing off the pivot right here. You'd enter on the close of the candle, go straight to your TP right there. For the most part, that's kind of what I can pull from what he's taking. And that's kind of similar to like what we use anyways. Like if you guys have seen before, typically well, even for the market flow, when market flow comes down, I look for it to bounce off some sort of structure, right? Mainly the pivot. The pivot's like the best ideal entry for market flow, but you can use a lot of different different other structures too. You can use levels, you can use a session, you can use, there's a lot of different things you can use. It's just up to your preference. Yeah, Nick said more intense structure than that, more so lows and highs of the previous day, as well as initial balance. Yeah, no, that's gonna be like, ideally that's the structure that you want to look for. But if you're looking for something very quick, you can also go down to the lighter structures. But for the most part, Nick is right. Those are the best structures, and that kind of lines up with the sessions. So that's like literally what the sessions are, because they're the session high lows from the previous day. All right, guys. Again, there's not really too much going on. As you guys can see, prices going back and forth. So there's not really too much for us to take here. And the last thing I want for you guys to do is to force any trades at a time where you should probably just be avoiding trades. So I'm gonna wrap this up for the day, guys. If you guys have any questions, you guys are always welcome to reach out to me. We got some more team profits right here from Delicia. Delicia said got her PAs out of the weekly loss, and she started 3 new evals. So Delicia over here locked in a profit of 1,140 on her first account, second account, third account, fourth account. On her fifth account, she locked in 655. On her sixth account, she locked in 2,950. And on her seventh account, she locked in 405. So total profit of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, well over 7,000 for the day. And she's back in the green for the week. Nice work, Delicia. So I'm hoping to be back in the green for the week as well. I just need one more win tomorrow, or 2 wins actually. 1 win to bring me back into break even for the net trades, and then 1 more win to bring me into profit for the week. So we'll see what happens. But for the most part, here are my profits for the day. Today was a break even day for me, but I made some profit on certain accounts. And yeah, it's just how it goes, right? This is just how the market works. Market's not always going to be moving smoothly. But you kind of just have to roll with it when market gives you what you're looking for. So, all right, guys, I think that's it for the day. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, we'll be back here tomorrow for the next live session to wrap up the trading week, and hopefully have a better week next week. This week is basically a break-even week for us, but next week should be a lot better with NFP. So, all right, guys, if you guys have any questions, reach out. Otherwise, again, I will see you guys here tomorrow.